Hey everybody, welcome back to Hardworking Man. My name's Heath, and today I'm going to be running two of my favorite chainsaws, the Husqvarna 395 and the Echo 7310. Now both of these saws have been ported and they're absolute monsters. The Husqvarna was done by Tim at Iowa Performance Saws, and the Echo was done by Joe at worksaws.com. Dino Joe on YouTube. Both of these guys do great work, and what drew me to them both is that they like to help other people, and that's what I like to do here on Hardworking Man. So today, I'm going to answer a couple of questions along the way, but you're also going to see just a lot of chainsaw action with absolutely awesome saws. Sawsuppliers.com. I see online a lot, is it legit? That's because they have awesome prices, and with the code HWM10, you can get an extra 10% off, and you get free shipping on every order. So, I mean, these two saws both came from there, and they absolutely rip. So this is a bunch of the oak I got in the oak haul. I bought all this for $1,200. It was an absolute bargain. And I'm cutting this up for a couple reasons. One, to get it out of the way. And two, we're going to run a Splitter Wars. It's going to be on the Hardworking Woman channel. If you don't know what Splitter Wars is, it's when we put two splitters head to head to help you decide if one of them is right for you. It's going to be the Hyper Split 32 ton. That's a box store splitter. I got it on sale for $1,500, and it's one of the fastest box store splitters out there. And we're going to put it up against the all-wood birch, which is a great commercial splitter. One on the lower end, it's about $8,000, and it's got a fully hydraulically adjustable 4- or 6-way wedge. It's got a log lift. It's got auto cycle. It's got everything. So we're going to run them head to head and just show you the benefits of a commercial splitter versus one of the fastest box store splitters out there. And it's going to be on the Hardworking Woman channel, so you're not going to want to miss that. I'm going to start with the 395 XP. This is a monster of a saw, but when you're cutting all day, it does get heavy. Now this is a cold start. Now a lot of knock on Huskies, they don't start good. And I thought the same, and this is my first pro grade Husky, but it won't be my last. This saw is an absolute chip monster. It just pours chips out like I've never seen. Real-time speed. This is not sped up, and I guarantee you haven't watched too many Firewood guys running a saw that cuts like this. That's white oak, and granted, it's not a huge white oak log, but when you watch people run saw, they don't cut through it like a laser like this thing does. Got steel toe boots on, and that went right behind the steel toe. This thing. Absolute monster. Crooked stuff like this, I'll just throw in the pile for the boiler. You want to get over there and get them coming towards you?
That's why.
We got a runner. Got a branch in there. One of the reasons I don't love cutting in piles, another thing, if you're cutting in piles, watch the tip. If you don't got a good grip on your saw and that tip hits the log back there, it can kick back and it can mess you up. So this 395 is known as one of the most awesomest saws ever made. One knock on it is that the chain tensioner is up front, and this is a new chain and it got pretty loose pretty quick. I need to grab my scrunch. I'm gonna tighten it up because that's way too loose. But they're not making the saw anymore. Sawsuppliers.com still has some. If you want one, you better get one, you better get two, you better get three, because soon they'll be gone forever. Now, I felt the difference and I didn't even stop. I was so excited running the saw, and that is unacceptable. I'm gonna throw a chain, I'm gonna wreck stuff, but I'm not afraid to share my mistakes. And I don't know why. I mean, this is a new chain, but man, that got real loose. So this is why people don't love this front mounted chain tensioner. All right, well, I think I might have found out why my chain got so loose, which I thought was odd. It was a new chain, but I've never had one get one that loose. I think my chain tensioner might have broke, which will suck, but it's a good thing I brought an extra saw out. I do not love these outboard mounted clutches that Husqvarna uses. Yep. That is absolutely what happened. The chain tensioner just broke right here.
Let me show it.
I thought that was odd that it got that loose, but you can see that threaded piece there is no longer connected. Which, I mean, it's a mechanical device. It can break. That sucks. But we'll get it fixed up. Let's switch over to the 7310P, a good reason to bring out more than one saw when you're cutting, because something like that can happen and that would pretty much end you for the day. I mean, I could pull the bar tight and crank those bar nuts down, but I don't want to do anything like that, so time to switch saws. So here's the 7310P. This is one of my favorite Firewood saws, and this is about how I like to run my chains. So you can pick up and the, gosh, I can't even think of what those are. The, whatever those things are. Rachel says teeth, we'll call them teeth. The drive links is what they are. The drive links stay in the bar. So that is how I had that set up to start. And the reason it got so loose was because that tensioner broke. You turn it on. You turn it on, it starts way better. Probably flooded it now. I did. I flooded her. Nope, now it's off. I don't know how to start a chainsaw. I'm flustered because I broke one of my favorite saws. Woo! This thing is a monster. It feels like crazy light now that I'm setting down the 395. And that 564 XP that I ran, one of the first people in the United States to run that saw, lighter and smaller than this for sure. Now, just because I went from that 395 to the 7310, yeah, it's going to cut a little slower, but you're about to see it ain't going to be crazy. This thing about pulling me off my feet. Absolute, I mean, I say it all the time, but I love my saws. It's a monster. -1, knocked one out of the bin. I'll start from this end. Now, one thing I used to do when I was cutting firewood is I would push trying to cut faster. Let the RPMs work for you. I'm just going to let this saw eat. I'm not pushing at all. It just pulls. Look at that. Just the weight of the saw. If I was pushing, I would have just shoved my saw down there. But letting it float like that, the log just fell away from it. Why would you port a firewood chainsaw? This is why. Rachel doesn't like, she's giving me smirks like, why do you do that? Because it's freaking awesome. Ho, ho, ho. She says Tim the Toolman Taylor. Ho, ho, ho. More power! Now I say it all the time, but this Easton-made FG60 Firewood grapple is absolutely awesome. I always say, one thing you can guarantee yourself if you're watching Hardworking Man is you get my honest opinion on things. Like that Husqvarna 395, absolutely love it. Yeah, the tensioner broke, that's part of owning equipment. Things will happen. Luckily, that's an easy fix. My Husqvarna lawnmower, on the other hand, I didn't love. And I brought that to you to try to save people from the hassle I went through. Now, that Golden Mate battery, I use that thing all the time for running the fuel pump, for running other battery-powered things. I used to have one out of a powered wheelchair. That worked great. That died, and I was like, what am I gonna do? I missed that thing, because I used it all the time. That Golden Mate stepped right in, and is so much nicer. And I am so much less tired at the end of a day of cut and letting the saw do the work instead of pushing, or I see people dogging in like I used to do. Just get a sharp chain and let it do its work. Don't shake your head at me, girl. I'm living life. We already got enough for splitter wars, but I don't care because I'm running saw and it's been a while, and I love running saw. I don't really love chucking rounds. I need a round chucker. The good news is I'll just scoop them up with the grapple and bring them to where I need them for the Splitter Wars video. Now there, a lot of people will say I'm an idiot. I knew what was going to happen. I had a good grip on this thing, and I got pythons. You don't have to worry about it with pythons, baby. Don't try that without pythons, though. All right, Rachel said I need a break. She says she'll toss these rounds to the side. Her old man's heavy breathing out here. So my filmographer is out here. She cannot stand being out here and not doing work. When she's running the camera, she always, always, always has to step in and lend a hand. And I'm grateful for it. Tossing oak like it's nothing, like it's balsa wood. Tell you what, this thing sounds sweet. That 395 sounds sweeter. And you, this is what she does for you guys to get the footage. She's covered in sawdust. She has to put her hoodie over her head. She loves you guys. Be sure to check out Hardworking Woman because that's her channel. And I film, but I usually don't jump into the videos because y'all want to see her, not me. Sawdust everywhere on this girl. That's a wood girl. She loves wood. I think you guys can see why this is one of my favorite saws. I've got the the red lever original 044 steel. I've got a 395 Husky that I love. What else do I have? I have so many saws. I got the Makita Sax Dolmar 7900, that's ported. The Echo 501P, that's ported. I got the Echo 2511, that's ported. Are you guys noticing anything here? Now, I will have the Husqvarna 564. I'm gonna be one of the first people in America to have that saw, I believe, because I ordered it really early, before a lot of people even knew you could order it. So hopefully I get that soon, and I'm gonna get some more saws to run it up against, because running a 60cc saw against ported 70cc saws, it'll show you the difference, but it's not really a fair comparison. So I'm gonna pick up another 70cc saw or two and run it against that 564. Let me know what saws you want to see it compared to. So now you guys see when I got Rachel moving wood, I have to grab the camera because she just moves wood better than me. You know what I'm saying? We're always out here having fun in the wood yard, folks. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you don't know about Hardworking Woman, you do now. Subscribe. So I said I was going to answer some questions about sawsupplier.com. But first, I'm going to catch my breath. All right, so before I pull this big red oak up onto these two to buck up, I said I was going to answer a couple questions about sawsuppliers.com, and here they are. Is it a legit business? I see that a lot on Facebook. It absolutely is. Steve is a great guy. He supports the community. He's jumped on our live streams before and given away $100 gift certificates. So if you see a live, jump on it because you might be able to win. He's supported us and he's supported other things. Like at the Firewood Frenzy, he donated a Husqvarna saw to give away. Like he does stuff like that. He had me sell a bunch of the pink Echo blowers, the battery-powered blowers. He lost money on every single one, but he didn't care because it was for a good cause, breast cancer research. He's a good guy. I'd rather support him than somebody like Amazon or somebody that you don't know. How I came to working with Steve was I love Echo chainsaws. There wasn't a great Echo dealer around here. And so I saw Joe from Okie Woodsman was running Echoes, and he would talk about saw suppliers. So I got a hold of Joe and I'm like, hey, is Saw Suppliers legit? Is it a good company to work with? And he said, absolutely. Would you like me to contact Steve for you and see if he wants to work with you? I said, for sure. I got a hold of Steve. That first night, I bet we talked for 3 to 4 hours. His wife was unloading a semi at 9 o'clock at night, and he's just the type of person I like to work with. I won't work with just anybody. I'm very selective in what products and what people I work with, and he checks off all the boxes. So don't hesitate to order from Saw Suppliers. If there's an issue, he steps up and he takes care of things. And 10% off, HWM10. I'll put a QR code. You can click on that if you're watching it on your TV. Just hold your phone up. You'll see a little yellow box, and then there will be a link underneath it. Click that, it'll take you right to Saw Suppliers. Guaranteed best price on Oregon chains. Plus, if you buy multiple, you get bigger deals. I've heard from people that they'll get extra stuff in their boxes when they buy something. Not always, but sometimes, you never know. And I mean, just all around good people. So do not hesitate to order from sawsuppliers.com. The 395s, they have them. They won't forever because they quit making them. The 564, you can pre-order, $200 deposit, and when it comes in, you pay the remaining balance. With the code, it's about $1,000 off for the non-heated handle one. All right, we are gonna see if the old Coyote has enough power to get this red oak one on top so I can cut it. Now, I've got it here with this tractor, but I also didn't have those side panels on, so we'll see if we can get a good enough grip on it and pull it up here. Hooked on the other end. I wanted to do end for end. Maybe I can just get it in the middle. I'll get it now. I got a better grip. What? I know, I want it to. Well, I thought I could get a better grip. Come on. There we go, come on. I'm trying to, that's what I want, right there. Haha. Now I was gonna cut this with the 395, but clearly that's not gonna happen because I broke it. Now I don't deal with a lot of big wood, and this isn't huge, but I got the 20-inch bar on that Echo. I had the 24 on the 395. I think we should be okay, but it might be close towards the end of this. I mean, clearly you can cut bigger than a 20-inch round with a 20-inch bar because you can cut from two sides. But I like to just go clean through on one pass.
I'll throw that stick on the end, see how big it is.
Well, that's about 15, so we're gonna be real close, and I'll cut this off to give us the competitive advantage. That was all she had. Look at that. I love the smell of red oak. I love it. just letting that saw eat. Now, I did that on purpose so I can share an important lesson with you guys. If you pinch your saw like that, because it'll happen, anyone who cuts wood is gonna do it. I saw it coming, I thought I was close enough to the bottom to get through and I wasn't. Do not do what I used to do and what we all do. Reef on it, wiggle it, pull on it to try to get it loose. Why? This chain is hooked to the crank of your engine. So when you're doing that, you're torquing on that crank. You wreck that seal, you get an air leak, you blow up your saw. Don't do it. Either get another saw, cut yourself out, pound a wedge in. You can put a wedge in before that happens. You can bore cut, where you cut in with the tip. Be careful so it don't kick back, and you go in and cut down and then just release the top strap. There's a lot of different ways. I got the tractor, so I'm just gonna pick up on it. The saw will release and I'll get back to cutting. That's why I did that, so I could share an important tip. Camera woman down. All right, so now I know I got that tension. I knew, but I thought I'd get away with it. So I'm gonna show you guys what I was talking about with a bore cut here and then releasing that top strap. So again, good control of your saw. Do not limp wrist this thing. Do not have your thumb on top. A good grip. So now you're bore cut. You're through this tree. You've got this to stop it from pinching on itself. You'll just cut through and then release that top strap. That cut. So we still are going to have tension here because the weight's here and the weight's here. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 more cuts and then release them all. Before I finish that, I'm going to drop this off. it is. A few chainsaw tips you didn't know you were gonna get. A broken chain tensioner, sawsupplier.com discount code, and a little bit of information on that store. It's a brick and mortar store, but it's one of the biggest online dealerships too. They got Echo, they got Steel, Husqvarna, and EFCO, authorized dealer for all of them. You get the full warranty until you get it ported. Then your warranty's gone, but your smiles per gallon go way up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.